What is up, ladies and gents? Please smash that sub button. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs and get 4,000 hours of view time so we can keep our ball rolling and monetize our channel. We can't keep putting out cool new content if you guys don't sub to us, so please sub to us. Check out the rest of our channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Check it out. What is up, guys? Derek with Divine AV here, and I am here with the wall of Klipsch at Divine Audiovisual headquarters. Today, what we do here in our shop is we have this whole line of the reference Premier lineup by Klipsch. The reason we have this line is to directly compare, so we have everything set up on a switching system, so we can directly compare the 4000F, 5000, 6000, and 8000F to each other, as well as the RF-7 III. So what we're going to do today is do a direct comparison of the 8000 versus the 6000, because we know a lot of you guys out there are deciding whether or not you want to go all the way up to the 8 or just stick with the 6. So Warren, I'm going to hand you over to Warren. He's going to give you the specs on that, and then we're going to do some audiophile track listening on these two to get a direct comparison. Let me hand you to Warren.
Whoa, I'm still getting used to this teleportation stuff. All right, guys, as Derek said, let's get into this. We've got the Klipsch 6000F and the RP-8000F. All right, these are both fantastic speakers. If you have a larger room, something like maybe 12 to 15 by 1920 plus, 8000F would be great. Smaller room than that, consider the 6000F. It is okay to put the 8000F in that smaller room as well. The 6000F may struggle a little bit in a very large room to produce low frequency response and sound pressure level. Between these two speakers, basically this 8000F is going to have a lot more mid-range and low frequency response, and the 6000F is a nice balanced overall speaker. I love this speaker. My brother and I have the previous generation in our house. All right, we will talk detailed specs after the audio demonstration. Let's get into the fun stuff right now. Check it out, guys.
Pair of jeans, a shirt or two. We didn't pack as if we weren't going back. Doesn't matter if it's true. I've got a feeling love will give us what we like. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. Yeah. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights. Tomorrow feels a year away, like the second's the beginning and the end. But if in time it's yesterday, your picture's gonna bring it home to me again. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights.
All right, guys, as Derek said, let's get going here. This is the 6000F by Klipsch versus the 8000F by Klipsch. All right, so this here is the 6000F and here is the 8000. They're both similar speakers. The 8000 is a little bit larger. 8000 weighs in at about 60 pounds. The 6000 weighs in at about 50 pounds. They both have that 90 by 90 Tractrix tweeter with the vented 1-inch titanium tweeter. It's fantastic. It's a huge improvement over the RP-260F and RP-280F, if you guys were wondering. There's a lot more clarity in the high end, and it seems like power handling from the tweeter itself is a bit more. Now let's talk about power handling for a second here. So you have 125 watts of RMS power handling from the 6000F and 150 watts from the 8000F. The sensitivity is 98 decibels at 1 watt or 2.83 volts at 1 meter for the 8000F, and same spec for the 6000F is 97 decibel efficient, 97 dB efficient. All right, so now let's get into a few more things here. They're both rear vented, so they have that kind of port in the back of them. It's a Tractrix port. You've got dual drivers here. So you have the kind of 6.5-inch drivers from the 6000F and then the 8-inch drivers from the 8000F. The main difference between these two speakers is mostly going to be that mid-range frequency, but more significantly the bass frequency. So from the 8000F, you're going to get deeper low frequency tones, and you're going to get really nice mid-range frequencies. 6000F is pretty balanced overall. That's what I have in my home. That's what my brother has as well. Actually, we have two 60Fs, but very similar with the exception of that vented tweeter. You know, they're both fantastic, and really it comes down to, you know, personal preference. And if you're a music listener and you have a decent sized room, something at least, I would say 15 by 18, something like that, or 13 by 19, 20, then you should be able to do an 8000F. Anything smaller than that, you might want to consider a 6000F, because you just probably won't need that sound pressure level to fill the space, you know, the extra sound pressure level that you get out of the 8000F. Both ultra loud speakers, both very efficient speakers, so you don't need a ton of power to power these things well. Yamaha is my pairing of choice for these units. You get a lot of tuning capabilities within a Yamaha, and they just seem to really match up nicely with the Klipsch lineup here.
Every corner twice as bright, they'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm.